guys.
How you doing?
I'm Krystle.
I'm Antwan.
And this is K versus A, where we argue for your listening pleasure. We kind of started this because we can never agree on shit. Like, whenever we have a conversation, it always ends in a disagreement. And us just agreeing to disagree. So we've kind of run out of people to use as tiebreakers. So I guess we're just putting this on the internet so people can finally know that, like, I'm right.
Hold on, why do I gotta be wrong? Is that the lead into this shit we're about to say, that I'm the wrong party in this? I'm just curious.
They always say, like, it's relative. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Nobody thinks there stinks.
Got you on that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're here today, so you can be the tiebreaker in that and say who is the right one. I think it's going to be me, because I had the age over the youth.
I'm 25. He's not. We'll just say that.
Fuck, thank you. I will let you know, people, that I am an age when Michael Jackson was still black.
And before we found out that he liked to diddle kids.
Oh, that was, you know what? Okay, let's go into the thing, because we're not talking about diddling kids right now, okay? That's so fucked up right there, man, okay? Yes.
All right, well, a little bit about us. We're based out of Atlanta.
ATL, shawty!
Yeah, peace up, A-Town down, all that good stuff. So we're going to constantly, like, be referring to Atlanta spots and cool things to do in our city, because we love our city.
I love my fucking city. Yes, I love my fucking city.
Decatur, baby.
Oh, man. Grady, baby. Yes, Grady, baby.
And, like, speaking of Atlanta, there's actually this really cool sneaker exhibit called The History of Sneakers. It's been at the High for about the past month. It's actually going to leave next week. And we finally got a chance to see it. We've been talking about seeing it for weeks. And we finally decided to, like, stop talking about it and started to be about it and just fucking went. And it was just amazing.
I will say this.
$10 well spent.
I would say this. Yes, it was $10 well spent. And I would say I was actually, as a person that grew up idolizing shoes, shoes that
He's
you could.
obsessed.
I'm fucking obsessed with shoes. I will let you know, for the audience out there, that I did a count the other day. I have over 200 pair of sneakers at my house.
Jordans and
mostly Jordans, yes. I have the original pair of Jordan that came out in 1985. Yes, I have those. And it was amazing to see not only the exhibit itself,
in such a good condition too.
Yeah,
and some of them were raggedy.
They were raggedy.
Some of them were, but a lot of the antique Jordans were in fairly good condition, and they had like the track shoes that Michael Johnson wore in the '96 Olympics, like the actual. I thought that was cool. Like, oh, that's history.
Well, one side he wore one size of size 10, one size of size 11. People don't know that most people's shoe sizes are not the same. It's the same way women boobs. One woman boob might be bigger than another. Yeah, of course, I threw the boob thing in there. I like boobs. But the point being, when you walk in there, the exhibit was not that big. It was probably, one floor?
Yeah, but it was like sectioned off, so like half of a floor. But they had it, the flow was really cool, and they had like a whole bunch of like video exhibits and like videos showing about sneaker culture. Like, I didn't know that Nike never spends any advertising on Air Force Ones, and it was still like one of the most like biggest selling shoes like ever. It
matter of fact, Air Force One, they re-released it. I think 2003. I want to say they re-released. It was some like early 2000s. The original Air Force One re-release made more money than a pair of Air Jordan released in the same day. It's just one of those shoes that you can wear with anything. I've seen Air Force Ones in weddings, bar mitzvahs, funerals, proms, drive-bys. I mean, they're all, you can wear them anywhere, and you can wear with any color. But the favorite one,
white on white.
White on white. You can't go wrong with a crisp pair of white on white. The only bad thing about white on white,
dirty. They get dirty.
You're gonna wear it one time. Think about it. White on white do not look good the second time you wear them. You gotta wear them one time. But it's $80 well spent.
I don't know. That's some rich folks say I'm way too broke to only wear one pair of shoes one time. But also, like, something that I think they didn't cover was, didn't Nelly do that song about Air Force Ones the same year they did that re-release?
Yes, they did.
Could that have been why?
Matter of fact, it's not a
I wonder
common.
if Nike paid him. I wouldn't be surprised.
Matter of fact, there is a urban myth, and I might believe it, that due to the popularity of the song, how much money it made Nike gave Nelly a lifetime supply of Air Force Ones. He can get a pair of Air Force Ones anytime for the rest of his life.
Cause and speaking of shameless plugs with like rappers and stuff, do you remember that song Busta Rhymes did called "Past the Cavassier"?
Yes.
They paid him to do that one, didn't they?
No.
Somebody got paid to do a song like about a brand. I can't remember which one.
It could have been the Jay-Z song he did when he was promoting. What was he drinking a long time ago? Krystle.
They told him to stop naming Krystle in his songs. That's why he doesn't drink it anymore. He does Ace of Spades. He actually it was a lyric in one of his songs a few albums back talking about, I used to drink Krystle, but them motherfuckers racist. You remember? I
remember that. Yes.
I mean, people still drink Krystle. Is still known to be like baller, but he's on to Ace of Spades, more like expensive and
exclusive. Ace of Spades go for about how much? $400 or $500?
I don't know. I'm not even gonna pretend to know how much. That's above my price point. A shot of like a drink with Absolute or Grey Goose is like the top of my price point. I refuse to spend more than like $12 for a drink.
Wow.
But even then, most of the time, like a guy buys it for me, but then I feel guilty that he spends so much money. Cause like, oh, I'm not gonna give him any. I'm not gonna make him pay all this money. I feel bad.
I would love to take you on a date. You're a cheap date. I feel like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So you feel bad when you buy the date. Really? Like, wow.
Yeah.
But we had a good time. We had a good time at the exhibit.
I almost died of thirst because you can't bring any soda or water in there unless you pay for it. But they're charging like $4 for one can of Coke. I felt like they might as well put a gun to my head. Like I was not gonna pay that much for a can of Coke. So we're sitting there talking, doing Instagrams and Snapchats, and I could not like talk towards the end. I was so miserable. And you kept wanting to stay and like look at the videos. I'm like, I'm thirsty.
I know. I am so sorry. I was enamored with the shoe exhibit, and I was having a good time today because it wasn't hot. You know, the wind was pretty cool that day.
It was hot.
Well,
he remembers the day fondly because it was something he really wanted to do. But it was a solid high 80s, low 90s, and we had to walk. How many blocks did we have to walk?
It was 2 freaking blocks, man.
It felt forever because it was hot.
But okay, you know what?
But also, I'll take responsibility for that because I was trying to be cute, and I wore this really long sleeve, like black and green plaid shirt and black jeans. It was just a lot of black to be a hot summer day in the South. So I take some responsibility for that. But he's making it out to be like, oh, it was a crisp 72 degrees. Like, nah, nigga, it was hot.
I'm just saying.
It was hot.
You know what? See, that's what's wrong with you kids now, man. Y'all have a little bit of fucking heat and you complain about everything, okay? It's like, it's hot and it's cold. It's like, okay, this is the South, okay? It's warm here 8 months out of the year.
It's still hot.
Oh my God, you're fucking kids, I swear, man. Y'all suck up.
I would rather be cold than be hot any day of the freaking week. Because when you're cold, you can put on layers and at least be warm. The only option you have when you're hot is to take off your clothes. And once you're naked, you can't go anywhere from there. You're just going to be hot.
Okay, but most people don't fucking lose limbs and shit from fucking heat stroke. You ever see somebody with frostbite? See, there you go now.
But you can't compare hiking to Mount Everest to like walking from my house to like McDonald's in 90-degree weather. It's like there's no equivalent because like think of it's probably like what negative 100 degrees. It's no equivalent of 100-degree. Okay, I see your point. But I was just talking it out.
Okay.
But being warm is still worse than being cold. I'm not gonna like. Okay, guys, you guys be the tiebreaker. We're gonna put a poll on this on Twitter.
Yes.
When we post this, would you rather be hot or be cold? Hopefully in 140 characters or less. Because I'm not gonna be reading no paragraphs to say no.
Okay, for those who don't know, I will have my Twitter account up tomorrow. So you'll be able to linking hers first, and then probably like later on the week I have my Twitter account because I'm still getting used to this whole social media thingamabob we have going on here. But we will do our shout outs for our Instagrams and our Twitters and all other good stuff later on in the podcast.
And you know, me being an overachiever, I set up the podcast Twitter, and our Twitter name is @WeLoveToArgue.
Oh, you know what? I'm about to go ahead. And the good thing about us, y'all, we do have our phones and stuff out there.
So we will be Googling and Twittering in real time. At least I think I did.
Okay,
I want to say I did do it today.
Well, I will make sure we pull that up right now. Okay, so right now, moving on.
We had a good day until we walked back to my car.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And turns out we were trying to, be good citizens, and we parked on the street and paid the exorbitant Park Atlanta park prices.
It was $8. How the fuck is that exorbitant? Like, I mean, it was like...
I'm used to only having to pay like $2 for parking. Like, okay, for all of you non-Atlanta residents, there is something called Park Atlanta. You cannot leave your car unattended for longer than like 10 seconds. Because Park Atlanta will write you a ticket. As a matter of fact, when we were leaving the car, to go to the high exhibit after we parked, it was a lady writing people tickets. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, she had a little fanny pack on and shit. Yeah, she had fucked up weave too and shit. Like her edges were showing and shit, man. It was all fucked up.
Whatever. She's doing the best she can. But anyway, we walked back to my car, and somebody, I don't know who did it, cracked the ever-loving shit out of my right taillight.
Yes.
You know that like hard plastic that covers the taillight? It was just all the way gone, and I poked it, and it just fell off onto the gravel, and then they scraped up like the bottom right part of my bumper.
Yeah, it was kind of fucked up. It was some hit and run. It was some hit and runnery.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
It made me even more mad because I've had my car for about 10 years. And it only has 82,000 miles on it. I make a point to take really good care of my car. Like, it's paid off. I'm going to ride that bitch till the wheels fall off. Like, I like to keep it as clean as I can on the inside. You know what? Don't be an asshole. It's not dirty all the time. You caught it on a bad day. He's only driven in my car like twice, and then both times it was dirty.
That shit was dirty, motherfucker, man. I was like, shit.
It was not that bad. But he keeps his car like pristine.
No, fuck that. My car's filthy, but I'm a dude though, okay? You know, most females have like smell good, shit hanging out the little side.
I'm not gonna put no broke ass pine thing on my car. But I'm just have it smelling like cab.
But I mean, but you had enough change that you could have bought all kind of weed up in that motherfucker, man. With the
I have something called a change cup holder. What that is whenever I get change, I put it in the cup holder. So that way, when I'm team broke, I can just take all my change out my cup holder and like buy some food or like get gas or something. Like, I've had about $8 in like my change cup holder on more than one occasion.
So,
but anyway, that whole incident like almost ruined our time. And then after that, we went to see Suicide Squad for the second time.
Outstanding. I know what the first time we saw it in
at Stonecrest, the nigga theater.
Yes. We went to go see it. It was out fucking standing, man. If you've never been to Stonecrest Mall, Stonecrest did not exist.
It's about 13
years ago. Back in the day, it was a bunch of woods, and unfortunately, built the motherfucker in Decatur. Okay, for those future developers, don't build shit in Decatur, okay? Because niggas do not know how to act.
That's not Decatur. That's more Lithonia. It's like where DeKalb County, which is like super metro Atlanta, and Rockdale County, which is where a lot of like, it's more diverse in Rockdale County. I think looking back, they thought, okay, it's going to be a really good element. But if it's a nice mall, black people are going to go there. And it's going to be ratchetry. Like, even though it's ratchet, it's nowhere near the level of ratchet as Lenox. And a whole bunch of rich people go to Lenox in a nice area.
Well, Lenox Mall is more of the, is right now they're living, it's like, Lenox is like an aging it's like the Julia Roberts of fucking mall and shit. Like they're living off their reputation now. You know, it's like, okay, we were the shit back in the day, but now we kind of aged a little bit.
But people still shout out Lennox and Peachtree on songs all the time. But it's just now, it's like, I was there maybe a month ago, and now, like, no joke, they have not policemen, but security guards going in, and if you're not dressed a certain way, or if you're dressed inappropriately, they will escort you out of the mall. Like, this one lady had on, like, kind of a see-through top, and she didn't have a bra on. You could see full nipple.
Nice.
See, you're such a man. But they had a security, like, literally escort her out the mall. So even though it's ratchetry at Lennox, they're trying their best to, like, combat it. But me, I prefer Phipps. Phipps Mall and Lennox Mall are, like, across the street from each other. Everything you can find at Lennox, you can find at Phipps. It's just a quieter mall.
But
now, Phipps, their elevators don't work. It's only 2 elevators in that entire fucking mall, and you're gonna have to wait 15 minutes for the elevator.
And she hates escalators. Okay.
Okay.
We was almost. I guess as a kid, she had a bad escalator experience. Like, hold on, breathe.
You should see me right now, and just the thought of going up an escalator, I'm fine. But going down fucking terrifies me. And people always think I'm trying to be cute until they bring me to an escalator and I freak out.
But I mean, you take one step in your.
But also when, like, okay, I'm short, so I have short arms. If I'm riding on an escalator and I can put both of my hands on each side, I will be fine. But if it's like the arm width apart of a normal heighted person, I will freak out because it's nothing for me to, like, hold on to.
I got you. I feel you.
Backstory: when I was 4, I almost fell down an escalator and my dad caught me. Like, I'm talking about Michael Jackson, Smooth Criminal, lean forward, almost falling down the escalator.
Shit.
And I had on the quintessential 90s kid, blue jean, overall jumpsuit. And my dad, like, just grabbed me and yanked me back. But, like, I was and I would have fallen from, like, the top of the escalator down. So, like, yeah, it would have fucked me up royally. So ever since then, like, I can't. And I wish you could see how my face is right now. It's like, I'm so serious. Do not take me near an escalator. Just don't. I take the stairs and I'll take an elevator, but I'm not with it. That's the one thing that I don't like about Phipps.
Yeah, because
it's only 2 escalators in that bitch.
It was the elevator.
Elevators.
It took a while for the elevator to get there, and then once we got there, the movie was sold out.
That's our bad. Because it was 6:40 on opening day.
So then we had to go to Regal 24. That was about 10 minutes away. It's one of the older movie theaters here.
They still keep it up though.
It was pretty nice, and they actually had like a little poster thing. We're gonna post that also.
I posted it already.
Overachiever.
Overachiever.
Ding. So she had a little poster thing already posted. We went there like, oh, okay.
Their restroom smell like cabbage.
Was it like old cabbage or like boiled cabbage?
You know how, like, when your mama makes cabbage.
Why do women restrooms smell
like,
so
when
bad?
You walk in it like, okay, when you walk in the house. You know when your mama's cooking collard greens and cooking cabbage because it has a particular smell. It smelled like that. But that theater is older than, it's about 25, it's like 25 years old. Mm-hmm. The bathrooms are not going to be pristine, but I was not prepared for how terrible that bathroom smelled. And you walk in, if you had your nose plugged and you couldn't smell it, you'd be like, oh my God, this theater is so clean. It looked clean, but it smelled terrible.
But why, we're going to continue in a minute, but it's a question as being a man to a woman. Why do most women's bathrooms smell? I mean, like, most times that women go to the bathroom, say the bathroom smell horrible. What is about a woman's bathroom? This is a topic for further conversation about the difference between men's bathroom and women's bathrooms.
We're going to, you know what, we should post that as well, because I don't know. I've always assumed that however bad the woman's bathroom smells, the man bathroom smells worse.
Men's bathroom normally have like a slight urine-y, pissy smell. But I mean, but women's bathroom, I walked in there and was like, oh my God. I mean, not that I walk in women's bathroom a lot, but the few that I have been in, you know.
Sometimes, like the man bathroom's not working.
Yeah, you know,
But you know what? On my bucket list, I've always wanted to use a urinal. I know I don't have a penis, but I feel like how would that work for a lady? They always make jokes about that in movies. Like how does that mechanic work?
It doesn't.
Like, do you would I have to turn backwards?
But
Because I know you probably have to aim to use your. I don't know. Part of me have always wanted to know, like, would it be possible?
That's part of your bucket
list?
list?
Small, yeah. I have weird things on my bucket list.
Wow, you use a urinal in the bathroom. You know what? That's not part of my bucket list right there, but just to let you know, I'm appreciating that part right there, that we will know that your bucket list is to go piss in a man's bathroom.
Because I've never done that.
You do.
So sheltered.
You do recognize that one day someone's going to put a face to this right here and they're going to remember this podcast. And they're going to be like, okay, there go that little freak ass right over there. Stay with my damn bathroom, okay?
That's not freaky. It's weird, but it's not freaky.
That's some weird freak shit. Like, you know, that's like...
Girls, ladies, have you ever used a man's bathroom? Would you ever use a man's bathroom?
Of course you have.
I've never used a man's bathroom. That's why I feel like I want to use it just to say that I did. Like, a bucket list is stuff you want to do just to say you did. Like, I want to go to Vortex and try that hamburger that's made with Krispy Kreme donuts.
Which Vortex you want to go to? The one in 5 Points? I've been to one in 5 Points. It's really good.
It's out.
Go to 5 Points. It's really good.
Yeah, I've been to the one in 5 Points, and I've been to the one on not Ponce, but Peachtree.
Yeah,
I've been to the one there, but I've always had like the least cholesterol of their burgers, because basically like Vortex is something you don't eat all the time because it's so greasy.
That's one of the things you have to be like. If those that have been to Vortex, it's like a counterculture, counterculture burger joint.
Like, you walk into the Vortex on 5 Points and you go upstairs, it's literally a mural of nothing but like titties. Like somebody hand painted like different like ethnicity. Yeah, you haven't been up there?
No, I was downstairs getting fucked up. I know they had titties upstairs.
Yeah, and the one over on Peachtree, like I don't know like why they have certain like fascinations with the reproductive system or genitalia. Yeah.
Titties and balls.
Because of that, you have to be 21 to even eat there. Like, so many times I've seen somebody like take their baby or try to take their kid in there, and they're like, "No,
man, we're not.
You can't come.
You can't watch them because there's some tits on the wall." Okay.
Yeah.
And were they like big, nice titties, or they were like the saggy grandma titties and shit? Were they
like normal, like peak, peak titty?
Oh, like 18-year-old titties.
Why would you want a mural of an old titty?
Some people like old titties. Some people like titties on the stomach. I don't know.
Whatever. That's like retirement home titty. But anyway, we are like so off topic. Suicide Squad. Our little tangent about the bathroom.
Okay, so
this movie has been getting its,
ass handed to it.
It's been getting its dick kicked in by the critics.
Yes.
It is currently 26% rated on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
However, it's been 73% audience rating from those who have seen it and liked it.
So, I don't mean to stop you, but okay, how the fuck is Rotten Tomatoes? Okay, first of all,
it's an aggregate. Like, all of the critics score it, and that's just a percentage of those who liked it. So it's not like it's run by one.
But the thing is, though, so it's 26% by a couple of assholes. That might be some old fuckers. Right? But 73% of the audience members like it. I mean, so if I'm gonna watch this movie, am I gonna listen to 26%? It might be 4 or 5 or maybe 10 people, or am I gonna go there and watch the 120 people that went to go spend? God forbid they went to go see the 3D IMAX version of it, which is like damn near how we did. Which so it's alright. So it's alright. So I'm looking like the people that are looking at it. Are you looking at it from strictly fanboy comic book wise, or are you looking at it strictly from entertainment wise? Or
are you looking at it from an artistic
interpretation,
like a film? And also, it's just unfortunate because DC has been behind the curveball in terms of Marvel, that I feel like a lot of people, even when they don't realize it, a lot of the times they compare DC and Marvel movies, but it's really like apples to oranges. And I felt like Suicide Squad was the most Marvel-like movie that DC has made, and that can be an argument because they said that after BVS got kind of like negative reviews from critics and audience members, that they did some kind of rearranging to make it a bit more light, and that might be why. But personally, I thought it was solid. Like, that movie was like mad watchable. Like, we saw it twice and we liked it both times.
And I will go see it again. I mean, back in the day, I am a big time movie buff, and I used to always judge a movie by the fact that when I see it not once, not twice, but when I spend money either get it on DVD or now Blu-ray, or what I do like on demand. The movie was very good.
It has its flaws, which we will debate about to the death later.
Yes, it has its flaws, but overall, the characters.
It's good. It's watchable.
Yeah, it's watchable. It was entertaining. I wasn't bored doing the whole movie. I can't say that about the Jason Bourne, but we'll get back to that. That's the topic. But I mean, the one thing I would give it was the pacing. The pacing was right where it needed to be. Well, okay. You had
back to debate on this.
You had your backstory, but then
the third act was kind of it needed some work. I would say 2/3 of the movie I was completely on board, but the last like 15, maybe 20, I felt like it could have been like something was off. They could have did something a little bit different to make it better. So I can't say like, oh, it was amazing, it was so great. It was on the edge of being okay and being good for me. So if it was like 1 to 10, I would give it a solid like 7.
Well, okay. So I mean, we keep gravitating back toward the the B versus S. Those don't know that Batman versus Superman. Fuck, man. I'm just so like, okay. So we're gonna veer off a little bit. I mean, a lot of people are comparing the two because they basically came out the same year. The hype for Batman vs Superman was off the fucking charts. Suicide Squad got a little bit, but it didn't get nowhere near, the hype machine that Batman vs Superman got.
But also, the hype machine for Suicide Squad suffered because BVS was so bad. Because a lot of people were like, oh, you're not going to get me again, like get me so hyped for Batman vs. Superman, and it ended up being so bad. So a lot of people, myself included, went into Suicide Squad with like trying not to be too excited. Like I was excited for it, but nowhere near as excited as I was about it last year or before BVS came out. Because I'm like, okay, if they can fumble BVS this hard, like... That shook my faith in the DC universe like pretty heavy.
Well, I think eventually I think the Suicide Squad. I mean, I think what I liked about the movie was the relatability to the character. Okay, like with Deadshot. My favorite character, I will admit, is gonna be fucking, and it's not because she's a chick, was fucking Harley Quinn, man. I mean, she was like the Joker of like any Batman movie. I mean, she was the comic relief. They planned her lines so that, okay, it'll be tense. She'll say some off the wall shit. Then, okay, but my thing is this though: if she was a psychiatrist in her past life, right?
Thank you. This is one of the things we kind of agreed on is in the movie. It's mentioned that they don't like the guards to be around her for too long, and it's like, okay. In the exposition heavy first 15 minutes of the movie, they mentioned that she was a psychiatrist. I kind of wanted her to use her like psychiatrist background to kind of get in people's heads and like fuck with them mentally. That's what the Joker does. I feel like that was a missed opportunity.
Well, I mean, I guess they were just saying about her violent nature, but what I was gonna go into was as a doctor, I'm pretty sure that she wasn't too athletic. We don't know her backstory of that right there.
She has like a gymnastics background. That's why she was doing all those acrobatics.
But but even with the gymnastic background, this chick was kicking more ass than any man in there. I mean, I'm looking like she's taking punches, rib shots, fucking doing flips, missing. I mean, she almost got decapitated a few times. I mean, she had more physical action than I think any other character except for maybe Killer Croc. So my point is this: how the fuck did she turn crazy and fucking start doing Taibo or Muay Thai or what? Like,
I think she had like a gymnast background before she went crazy.
But
Because I remember them mentioning that in the Batman cartoon, and that's where her character came from. Like, she didn't originate in the comics. She started out on the Batman animated series in the 90s, and people loved her so much that they put her in the comics like afterwards.
So
I'm pretty sure, I'm willing to bet money I don't have that's what happened.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, but she was oh my god, she was like, she made to me she made the movie. I mean, it was comic relief, but then you felt when she thought that the Joker had died, you sort of felt the pain in her face. It was like, I'm like, wow, you know. So there were layers to her.
You tried to play it off.
Yeah, she was like, hi guys,
Missed you.
I'm looking like, oh.
The one part there, okay. I guess it's time for me to be the Debbie Downer. There were some good, actors. Of course, Viola Davis is gonna kill it. She played that like super evil government thunder cunt type of character in Amanda Waller, like pretty good. I loved her. Margot Robbie did a good job as Harley Quinn, even though I felt like they could have amped up her psychiatry angle a notch. Will Smith was Will Smith as Deadshot, but he was still good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Joe Kinnaman, they could have kept him. He replaced Tom Hardy.
Who's that?
The guy who played Rick Flag.
Okay.
Tom Hardy was going to originally be Rick Flag, and he had to cancel for scheduling reasons. I'm willing to bet that Tom Hardy read the script and was like, pass. Because this is a good movie, but it's nowhere near being worthy of Tom Hardy. Let's be real.
Oh my god.
Let's be real. That movie was not worthy of Tom Hardy.
I mean, so are you saying that now Will Smith?
I didn't like Kinnaman at all. I think he was emotionless, just like he was in RoboCop. But even that fit because he was supposed to be a robot. But I feel like they're trying to make him a thing, and I'm not buying it.
Yeah, he's not a thing.
I don't want it.
He's not a thing.
They could have kept Katana. I didn't really think her character really added anything. And what I had an issue with, her little backstory was her killing criminals in Tokyo. Mm-hmm. Why is she not in jail? Because she's backing up Rick Flag and working for Amanda Waller, but you don't see her with a bomb in her head.
But my thing is though, but she actually worked with Flag, so I mean,
it's relative. What is a good person? Yeah,
because remember Deadshot said, so we're the bad guys, and the shit that like, the Waller character was she bad? I mean, she was a bitch,
She, honestly, I think she was more of a worthy adversary than the Enchantress. And I say that because, okay guys, there's a vice I have with movie villains, particularly those that are supposed to be like ethereal or magical. It's something I called the inflatable arm syndrome. And I'm pretty sure when I said that, you're going to know what I'm talking about. Like when she's fully Enchantress and she's building her machine and she has like the inflatable arms like they have in front of the used car dealership. It's almost like she was ticking. Or like trying to do the wave.
Was she doing
didn't
that?
have to do that. I'm like, if you're a centuries old goddess who's like prehistoric, just stand in all of your majesty. Like they could have had her eyes wide out, or like I don't know why they felt that was necessary to the point where I'm not sure if you heard, but I was kind of laughing. A little bit, like
it didn't make no sense. I mean, because I was sitting there, now that you said that, it was like she was sitting there like, and I was like, why the fuck are you moving? Like you got bodyguards, you got this big ass fucking brother over here. What the fuck are you doing?
And her brother looked eerily like the evil machine in the first Thor. The one that Loki sent to kill Thor.
Yeah, the one that opened the eyes and
it was like an energy beam. It's kind of the same thing, except the one in Suicide Squad had the tentacle. and not the like laser beam, but that kind of, I was kind of like, ugh.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell they kind of borrow from different
It
genres.
could have been better. And and another issue I had, they really wanted people to know that Killer Croc was a black man.
Yes.
They really hit you over the head with that. I'm like, okay, we're gonna have him in a velour tracksuit, in a leather jacket, and a gold chain. Like, okay, he's black.
BET.
Like, you could have anything in the world and you choose BET. They even edit out all the curse words in the movies. Like, why would you want BET? You could have at least said HBO and watched Game of Thrones.
He said BET. Then when you saw him like a little lair, he had the quintessential
Like
black man. He had the leather, he had the leather couch. He had the and if you notice, he had the black label liquor on the side. I'm like, okay, so he got like a little bar in a fucking swamp, and he's watching BET and shit. I'm looking like,
okay,
really?
he's a black male of the group. Captain Boomerang was kind of pointless, and I felt like they should have been cracking jokes the entire time about how useless Captain Boomerang was.
He didn't do shit.
He didn't do shit. Like, when he threw his boomerang and then like it like got caught or it fell, he was like, I guess I can't do anything to help. Like,
I'm like, what the fuck, man? But he wasn't the work. He was, and then there was the one guy, El Diablo, like. So,
and this is some. Okay, I have nicknames for everything. Mm-hmm. So, in theory, Diablo could have done this entire mission himself. If he was okay with killing people and it was just Rick Flag, El Diablo, and the team of army people, whenever the little bubble goons came, he could have burnt them all.
Yes, true.
And then the whole showdown with like the Enchantress's brother and the bomb, they didn't really need anybody else for that. But it's always something I call like Professor Xavier thing, because like the most powerful person in the group, they always have to depower him in some way so the other people involved can get their shine. Because if he was completely okay with killing people, he would have made every other person's presence there useless.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of like Xavier in the X-Men movies. Have you noticed his powers are always useless in like some way?
I mean, because basically, you know, if you don't know about Charles Xavier, but he can control through your mind. He should be able to there should not be any conflict, because the only person that should be immune to his power should be Magneto.
Because he got the helmet.
Because he got his helmet. Everybody else, he should be like, okay, kill yourself.
And they're like, okay. But think, in the first X-Men, they poisoned Cerebro and he couldn't do anything in the third act. Mm-hmm. X2, he got kidnapped, couldn't do anything. X3, he died. Right?
We thought he died.
Yeah. X-Men First Class, they couldn't do anything, was the guy's bodyguard, and she was blocking him, so he was useless. And if he couldn't walk because the little serum gave him his legs but took away his brain. Mm-hmm. And then in Apocalypse, he got kidnapped again.
Yes.
Like, he could single-handedly do everything himself. But they always have to find a way to, like, depower him. And that's what they did with Diablo.
Yeah, I mean, because you know Diablo, his family, he killed his family by mistake. He could control his power, so he didn't want to fight anymore. So I mean, so basically, it was like, okay, what are you here for? I can understand why. Yeah, I can understand why he didn't want to fight anymore. But my thing is, nothing with this movie, it was unrealistic. Where were the bulletproof vests for these people? I mean, people are no one had any kind of protective clothing.
The army people.
Yeah,
but you mean like the actual members?
The members of the Suicide Squad had nothing, so all it would take was one good shot. Okay, you're down somebody. You know, wow.
And also, another critique. And I don't want you guys to think we're like shitting on the movie, because we both did like it, but it had a lot of flaws. Mm-hmm. And another flaw I saw was with this particular mission they were doing, where was Flash or Batman or Wonder Woman? I felt like they could have ended it a lot quicker. So I felt like they could have come up with another suicide mission to kind of make the presence of the team in general more relevant,
more believable. Because why would you send This was a Midway City, where the fuck this city at or
It's
whatever.
probably I think it's supposed to be like Chicago or something like that.
So my question is this: why you have all these other metahumans, what they call them, floating around here? No one else. So the future of the world, you put it on one smaller army group and a couple of fucking misfits. That makes no fucking sense. Like you didn't send a whole.
Batman wasn't doing nothing.
I guess Batman was doing bat shit. I guess.
Or do you think maybe he was recruit? No, because she didn't give him all the papers to the end.
Until later.
And maybe Wonder Woman went back to Themyscira, so that still leaves Batman and Flash. They couldn't, but also it can be argued that their powers kind of wouldn't have been a match for her because they were just like maybe because she's this powerful witch and Batman's just a human.
I mean, the Flash could have went fast, and then he could have ripped out a heart or took. I mean, there's different ways of looking at stuff like that. I mean, they just gave them this movie, and then the fucked up part about it is
it's so many missions that they had. I'm assuming they could have done something that would have warranted, and maybe they just wanted to have their magical being in the movie first, and that's why they had to do Enchantress and do this storyline. Maybe could that be it? Like they were just racing to have magic. Like I'm talking about racing against Marvel.
Okay, because
Marvel hasn't introduced magic yet.
Have they? Yes, they have.
Thor isn't magic. It's just advanced science.
Advanced science that to us would look like magic.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Because the Assault on Arkham animated movie that we saw, I think was better.
Now that would have been a really good movie. That would have been a really good movie right there.
Like live action, but they already did it a few years ago and they couldn't, I guess, repurpose it. But that cartoon, that plot would have served, that mission would have served as a better like catalyst or something similar to that.
That's true. That's true right there. I can go with that. But overall, I mean, the movie was it was pretty damn good. Even though they killed the one dude, the little teleporting climbing dude, blew his fucking head off. Yeah.
Slipknot. I knew he was gonna be the first to die because they never showed him in the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, he died quickly, and it was out of there. So I mean, but what good would he have been? Would the fuck he gonna climb his way out of some shit or something like that? I mean, powers have to be kind of relevant to what you're doing, somewhat. Yeah. But the likability was very good. I would go see it again, like it was like I had nothing to do on a regular day.
So what did we like? Because we've been shitting on it a lot.
No, we actually. I mean, okay. So if I had to go, we done some cons, a lot of cons.
But I loved Amanda Waller. Like she played that despicable bitch.
Government character when she captured her team. Still boomerang and said, "Oh, you want to get crazy?"
Don't mess up a good thing.
Yeah, nah. So I mean, what I loved about it was I love the scene with Harley Quinn and the Joker. I love their fucking scene together.
Oh, we didn't get just talk about the Joker.
Yeah,
I was pleasantly surprised.
Jared Leto.
He did it. He did the best he could with his giving.
He played with the little what he had, maybe about 10 minutes of airtime or some shit like that, probably.
Probably, give or take.
Yeah, but I mean, he played the fuck out of Joker. And the thing about the Joker, people have had so many takes on the Joker.
It's kind of impossible to make it 100% your own now. At least that's just my opinion, because you have to compete with Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger. And then if you're talking about animated and just voice, you have to compete with Mark Hamill too, who has been doing the Joker voice for like as long as I can remember. So you're competing with like visual acting with two of the best actors in recent memory, and then voice with one of the best voice actors ever. So the chips were definitely stacked against him, but I think given the script he had and his overall ability, I think he did a pretty good job. Like it was some parts in there that were funny, like when he cornered the Belle Reeve guard in the kitchen and he kissed the ring. He was like, "I can tell you meant that." He like straddled his lap. Okay, that was very Joker. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the Joker. I mean, one element that the Joker has played, since even with Jack Nicholson character in the first Batman, is yes, he's diabolical. Yes, he's crazy as fuck, but he's also smart as fuck too.
And charismatic.
And very charismatic. He inspires just the craziness in people because you gotta understand the Joker, basically does what, you want to do, but you don't have the balls to do it, and it's like, and he found the perfect person in Harley Quinn, somebody that probably had the same kind of personality traits in the beginning, but of course in the normal world,
suppressed it.
She suppressed it, but then once she got him, it was like, hey, I love that line he said, would you die for me? No.
That's too easy.
That's too easy. Would you live for me? And I was like, fuck. I gotta try that one day on a date one day. You know what I'm saying? Would you die for me?
On a date? Like what number date?
Let's try date maybe 4 or 5 or some shit like that. Maybe,
I'd leave and never come back. That's too soon to ask such a question.
Is that very like creepish? Like,
yes. Please never ask a woman that ever.
I mean,
I would get a restraining order.
Well, I mean, okay, maybe by date 10, maybe 10 years of marriage, maybe I'm just saying, but the point being though is like that was a fly line because when she said that and then she jumped off, she fucking flew off this damn ledge, fell in this vat of boiling shit, acid, and then he turned around and fucking went to save her. Then they're sitting there and they're having a wild embrace and her clothes are falling off and her skin is turning milky white and they're sitting there holding each other and saying, okay, these two crazy motherfuckers deserve each other.
Crazy in love.
Crazy in love. And then they had the little scene where she was envisioning her life with him. They had 2 kids, rose in her head. He was normal. But she was like, no, why would you want to be normal? Like, why would you want to be normal?
But that was kind of hypocritical of her because when they were in the bar and she was like, we don't get normal. That's not in the cards for us. And then she had that vision of a normal life. So maybe like she wasn't really being true to herself even then. Like maybe she doesn't want to be crazy. But she just is.
She just is. And that's something that you can't help, So I mean, we're not shitting the movie in itself. I would definitely recommend for those listening to this that you would definitely need to go see this movie, if only for the pleasant escape of 2 hours of just plain fucking just craziness.
And the wardrobe. I've been trying to get a way to like push this in, but in the first 10 minutes of the movie, they had a flashback of Will Smith walking down the street with his daughter, and he looked like a pimp from 1970s Detroit or Chicago with this long brown trench coat and a gold chain. I'm like, who okayed this outfit? Like, I just really couldn't. Like, was he arrested in the 70s?
Nah,
had he been in Bill Reed?
No, I don't think that Batman arrested him in the 70s and shit. But
I'm being funny.
I'm just saying, but it was like, his daughter was so cute. She's like, no, Daddy, don't kill Batman. I'm like, what the fuck?
Also, didn't you see kind of the parallels between when Batman confronted Deadshot in the alley and when Bruce Wayne's parents got murdered in the alley? Or was I reading too much into it? Because it's like, doesn't that kind of make Batman an asshole? Like, I'm going to confront this dude in the most likely violent altercation in front of his kid.
Well, maybe he said, I don't want to do this in front of your kid, you know what I'm saying?
But he could have waited till he dropped his kid off. He didn't have to do it in front of her.
Well, but this is Deadshot. I mean, Batman didn't know if his fuck was gonna, because remember in his dream he fucking killed Batman. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
we're gonna need to do a poll because that is such asshole behavior to me. Like,
okay, so you call him Batman asshole?
Yeah.
But I would say this though: go see the Suicide Squad, and what we're gonna end up doing. Tell us your likes, your don't likes, things that you could have
went without,
or
things would
you would change, and definitely it's gonna be a sequel.
Depends on how much money it makes. It made $135 in the first weekend, and I want to say that's a record, but negative word of mouth, bad critics, it probably will have a very steep drop off in week 2, so we don't know how much money it's gonna make overall. It might not get a sequel.
I don't know, because when they had Harley Quinn get broken up by the joke, spoiler alert, when they had Harley Quinn
this whole thing is a spoiler alert. We should have put spoiler. You know what? We'll do it in the post.
Yeah, we got that in the post, but I mean spoilers in here. I mean when they kidnapped when Harley Quinn ended up getting broken up by the Joker
at the end,
I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to either go like, hey, we're trying to rescue this chick, or the Suicide Squad is being sent to go against the Joker to go find her, and that would be an interesting thing. Now, what if the Suicide Squad, their next mission to get the Joker, who does Harley Quinn pick? Does she pick the Joker, or does she pick the Suicide Squad?
She gonna pick the Joker.
I don't know.
She loves him.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so go see Suicide Squad. Take your friends, girlfriends.
And also make up your own mind. Because
Yes.
think about it this way: 73% of people who are just average people, like us and you, saw it and said they liked it. It's the 27% of people who kind of, it's their job to overanalyze and pick apart and criticize, kind of just see it to make up your own mind. Because I didn't read any reviews or any video reviews before I saw the movie, because I wanted to have like my own opinion, to the point where like when we saw it and we were like, did we really like that, or did we just jump on the hype train? So that's why we saw it a second time.
I will tell you this though, also be on the lookout for product placement. The Sony got a shitload, like they probably, I don't know how much they paid, but they got a shitload of money. I have my Samsung phone on me right now. That was also put to the movie too. What else? What was that one store that she broke into?
I think that was kind of just like a boutique. I don't think it was like a name brand.
Yeah, but it was so much. It was so much product placement in the whole movie. We got Black Label.
It's not as bad as Man of Steel product placement though. That IHOP product placement in Man of Steel. Oh, and Sears, you remember that? I was thinking how much money that they put to have this. But anyway, it's actually about to come to a close. We don't want to talk your ear off, but starting in the next 2 weeks, we are going to actually be periscoping us watching Power. Power is both of our favorite shows.
Shit. It's the
we're our
shit.
favorite like spring summer show, and he's finally caught up. I made him binge watch first two and a third season, so we're finally caught up.
I've been watching the fuck out of Power. But I don't mean to cut you off, Chrissy, but I will tell you this: I was, I had a little nigga moment dealing with Power. Only because it was executive produced by 50 Cent, who can't act his way out of a fucking paper bag. But
he don't have to, because he got money.
Yeah, he got money. I would definitely say I was hooked from the first episode of Power, only because I was like, you see, this story, no matter how it goes, is not gonna end up well. It's not gonna be everybody walk. For me, this show is probably going to go maybe about 2 more seasons at the most. Only because as smart as Jamie is, there's just no way he can keep getting out of everything. He can't. It's too many forces against him. But I binge watched it. I watched like 3 episodes a day. That don't take long to catch up. I think 2 things that I know, and we'll talk about this later on, and remind you this is going to be prophetic. 2 scenes that's going to change the whole show. It's a prediction. Either Jamie is going to end up killing Ghost, or he's going to end up killing Tasha. Eventually, one of those characters are not going to make it, and that's going to be probably one of your season or series finales, because there's just no way that those 3 can coexist like that in the way that they're going. But I will give this credit. It is excellently produced, excellently made. Amari Hardwick should be winning fucking Emmys for this shit, man. He's playing the fuck out of it.
Oh, the Suicide Squad soundtrack. We didn't talk about that.
Oh yeah. For those who don't know, there's a song called "Gangsta" by her name is Kehlani. That is like my song right now.
Song of the moment.
Oh my god, that song is so fucking fly. And I'm a dude saying this shit.
A song called "Standing in the Rain." It's the song when they did Deadshot's backstory. That one's pretty good too. But really, really good soundtrack. I'm surprised how much hip hop and R&B they used in the movie, because it's still not 100% like mainstream. That was a shock to me, but it was welcome. I liked it.
You have to understand. Hip hop is basically the music for the
counterculture.
Counterculture.
That might be why they use it.
It's a counterculture movie. Tattoos, villains, fucking murders and shit. So the soundtrack was. I listened to probably about 4 or 5 songs. The soundtrack was really good. I was pleasantly fucking surprised that it was really that good. I mean, they don't make good soundtracks anymore. And the way the soundtracks used to go, for us older people, soundtracks went with the flow of the movie, with the scenes of the movie. And this soundtrack went with the scenes of the movie. Purple Lamborghini, Gangster, like Stand in the Rain. So, I mean, it was a perfect flow. Well, that is it for me.
Follow us on the Instagrams and the Twitters.
My Instagram is almostfamous74.
My Instagram is at Krystle Loves Movies, and you spell Krystle Krystle. I know it's different, bordering on ghetto, so I had to, spell it out for you to make sure you could find me.
Okay, and I will be having a Twitter account. Twitter account coming up hopefully tomorrow. I will text it to Krystle once I get up and running. She is my social media guru over here, so most of the stuff we run through her, but you will start to see us posting stuff. In the upcoming months, you will start seeing us over the city start doing stuff. So be on the lookout for us. Thank you. I will say this from me. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Hopefully this will be the start
First
of first of a whole fucking many. Okay, this will be your Sunday night delight. You can listen to Sunday night delight. You can listen to whether you watch Game of Thrones or Power. You can say
or Animal Kingdom.
Or Animal Kingdom.
That's a good show too.
I gotta binge watch that next. We will definitely be on your dial. Thank you for listening to us. I am Almost Famous 74 on Instagram.
And I'm Krystle Loves Movies. And starting on August 21st, we will be periscoping Power, so you guys can actually watch it with us and experience everything with us. Because, we like to think of you as our friends. You're spending an hour of your, Sunday with us. So thank you.
Thank you very much. You could be having sex right now, getting drunk, doing other extracurricular activities.
Please don't give up an opportunity to have sex or get drunk to listen to this podcast.
Well, I don't know. What if they're trying to have sex?
It's going to be on iTunes and Google Play and stuff. You don't have to, listen to it live. Get yours. We're going to be okay.
Well, you might be a 5-minute person, so I mean, you can do it 5 minutes before the podcast.
Or pause it. We'll see.
Well, we'll see.
Do you.
Okay, do you. And thank you for listening to us. And I am Antwan.
And I'm Krystle.
And we're out.
All right, bye. See you next week.